Just gonna do a scan here. We're in the deep southwest today of Calgary. There's some really major deployed towers here that are right in a public area with community centers, playgrounds. So we're going to do some readings. Lee's here with me. She's a local resident. She alerted us to this, and so we're going to do our readings. I want to be very clear. So the meter we're using, it picks up RF radiation in general in the area. We're going to keep our phone well away from it, and we're going to be extremely confident of where the radiation is coming from. The professional meters, what they can do is they can isolate in onto an object and get the RF radiation coming from that. But this one is still good, and it's going to give us a good indication of what's going on. And do you have any questions before we start?
Yeah, I just kind of want to know what the readings are. I know that my house is relatively close to these towers. I want to know how they penetrate the car, like the windows when you're driving. What's the frequency? What's the reading even inside a vehicle when the windows are up? Are they the same? Because I try to avoid driving near those. But we just checked around where I live and it's relatively low and safe, but it's still very threatening, and I'm not too happy with having these in my neighborhood. So the question is how dangerous is it? It's not a question of whether or not it's safe.
Yeah, so what we're dealing with today, we're basically dealing with 4G, 4G Lite, 5G's. Even though it's on some cell phones, it's not deployed in any meaningful capacity.
I'd like to prove that to myself today, because I know there's 5G capabilities there that are added.
We're going to go up to it and take a close look. We'll do our readings.
Yeah.
In terms of glass, RF radiation goes right through it. So I did some readings from my vehicle on the way in, and they were extremely high.
It's relatively the same.
Extremely high.
Extremely high. Yeah.
So, but this is a precursor of what's coming. With the 5G, they're going to have small cell antennas, right? It's going to, because it has a lot of difficulty going through solid objects, the millimeter wave. So the radiation is going to go at least 10 times more higher than what we have. In Canada, we already have one of the highest, fastest internet services in the world because of the 4G is so strong here, right?
Yeah.
But we're looking at least 10 times more, and we're not even talking about the lost jobs through the AI technocracy or the privacy issues.
Yeah, that's
right?
all part of it.
So, but this is a base level of what's here. I think today is a good example of the really corrupt regulations in Canada regarding RF radiation. One of those towers has almost 30 antennas on it. It's extremely powerful, and we're going to get some readings now and go up to it. It's a mix of TELUS, Rogers over there, and there's some Freedom Mobile online. On SCADA I checked the towers out. There's 4 different sites over there with 101 antennas, and we're not even talking 5G. But let's go get some readings. But the reason we focus on this, NCA looks at a lot of different issues. We did something on firearm, which is part of UN agenda, firearm confiscation, disarmament, which is part of UN agenda 2030. And we did a whole thing on that last week. So a lot of this stuff is connected. And we're going to be looking at the financial situation next week, the debt and the central banks, and how that connects into it, and the digitalized currency that they're going to be pushing, and the universal income. So all this stuff is connected. And what's been going on for decades is incremental steps. Every year, every different establishment government, they're all pecking away and doing more. So we're like the frogs in the water that's getting hotter and hotter on so many of these issues. You can see that with firearms, the RF radiation. And it's leading to complete dependency on government. You're losing your freedoms, you're losing your privacy. And that's what the Great Reset is about. This is about top-down authoritarian control, global authoritarian control over humanity. So I think everyone's up to speed on that. This isn't made up. Disappointingly, we had some establishment entities were crying over what we're saying because it's light.
It's the truth.
We're sharing the light, but they don't want to hear it, so they started attacking us.
Shadow banning.
And then they got our posts censored, right? So that's what they do. They, if they don't like what you're saying, they censor you. So that's what we're up against. I believe, Lee, 100%, we're living in a soft tyranny now here in Canada.
Absolute communism.
Well, it's a soft tyranny.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's communist or not, I view it more globalist, has tyrannical, authoritarian underpinnings.
Yeah, it's partly
right.
communism.
Socialism and communism is just another mechanism of control, dependency.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they communists? The people pushing this? No.
They're globalists.
A lot of them are sellouts.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced the political framework in Canada, what you see there is just a stage. I'm convinced of it. It's just a stage of these establishment puppets, the multi-controlled puppets, and you got the fake media. It doesn't matter which one gets in. It's just a stage. They're just sellout little puppets. Yeah. And there's people in the shadows, corporations, special interests, individuals pulling the strings, bureaucrats pulling the strings, right? So that's the reality. But we got to keep shining the light, and so let's get these readings.
Excellent.
Hi, we're doing readings on this tower over here. Have you noticed that before?
I haven't, no.
It's really powerful. With the radiation coming into your community.
Wow. Is it just gone up?
Since last year.
Do you mind if I film you?
Sure.
All right. Just do you live around here? Do you walk or?
I just live around the corner.
Yeah, watch out for these the RF radiation. The government denies the health effects, but independent science over time,
long range,
cumulative exposure, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
So keep an eye out for what's going on. That's a deadly tower there.
What exactly is it for?
That's for your cell phone. It's a cellular tower.
Okay.
But look at all the antennas on it.
Yeah, exactly. I never noticed it before, actually.
They've put up a few since it was actually around the beginning of the first lockdown during COVID. They started putting up all these towers. And
they're deploying the 5G. The 5G is coming in. So the radiation levels are really high in areas now. And with 5G, it's going to be at least 10 times higher.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's well documented.
So it's even dangerous when they
yes, it is. It's a cumulative exposure, though.
I mean. That's exactly
it's a cumulative, right?
I mean, if you walk every day.
And plus, with Wi-Fi, if you're working beside Wi-Fi in your home, you're blasting yourself.
Yeah.
And over 10, 20 years of doing that, who knows what the health effects.
I don't think I have to worry.
Yeah. Plus, it's quality of life in the short term.
Yes, I know.
Because people are getting nosebleeds, they're getting headaches.
Oh yeah, I've definitely.
They're getting insomnia.
Yeah. I have Wi-Fi. My kids are on screens. It's not good. It's not.
So
good.
this is a quality of life issue as well. Wi-Fi is an amazing technology, but you want to use it safely, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It works great, but it's so abusive in Ottawa at the top level, and it's all about profit and control.
I don't get me started on that.
But keep an eye out with what's going on.
Yeah. Can I? Are you with the group?
Yeah. Where do you? I got a flyer in my.
Okay. What?
National Citizens Alliance.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so check that out. We got a flyer. I don't know if you're going to be around here in about. Could you come back in 15 minutes or
You know
something?
what? No, but
All right.
if you're with the national,
NCA,
yeah, that's fine. I know. Yeah, I know about it.
Okay, excellent. Yeah,
No,
so
I just wondered, like, what, you know.
yeah, I normally carry the flyers with me. I didn't have them,
Oh, well, that's
but they're in my vehicle. But
That's all right. No problem.
keep an eye out. That is
No, I'm glad you pointed that out.
it is a strong tower.
Yeah.
We're
And there's
gonna,
probably, like you said, there's probably others.
There's so many in Calgary now.
there's over 35,000 towers now up across Canada.
Holy ground.
Yeah, obviously the urban areas are the main concentration.
Yeah, because that's where the stuff is.
So what's
The
happening?
trail is really bad.
And what they're going to be doing through space, through Tesla Corporation and other corporations, they're going to be using cellular satellites in rural areas primarily.
They're the ones
They're
that bring
gonna
all this stuff
interconnect
in, and they're the ones that
everything.
make
Right.
all the money.
So
And
that's
then they don't put anything back.
that's what's coming. So
Oh, you know, it might even be more about profits. I think
Oh,
it's,
it is.
it's
Oh, it
more
definitely.
of a culling,
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
maybe even depopulation to go that far,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
harmful.
no, nothing would surprise me.
and the job loss is going to be incredible.
That's exactly.
Up to 50% of the jobs.
See,
So
you see, my husband uses, he uses the internet, but I mean, he's retired, well retired, so it's not going to affect us as much, and we're both elderly,
yes,
so you know what I mean. It's not affecting, and I don't use very many things. I mean, I'm on the internet once in a while, but not.
yeah, no, it's
So
okay.
I'm not like, I don't need things like the technology type
Yeah,
thing.
it's okay.
It's the younger kids that are using it with.
Yeah,
their
yeah.
school
Well, they're
and-
using it with their phones. They're on their
everything.
phones all day. And,
But you were saying too, eventually it's going to be unavoidable with all the small cells being installed and everything.
Yeah.
yeah, because
So, inescapable.
what's happening with the 5G millimeter, it can't go through objects like 4G, 3G. So
Oh,
they
yeah, okay.
they have to put up a lot more antennas that will create a
Yeah, it
grid.
doesn't travel as far.
So it's
as
like from
Wi-Fi.
point A to point B.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Plus, you know, in order to run a self-driving car, right, you're going to need a consistent network of connection. So that's going to be more deployment as well. So we're going to have to watch out for this.
that's
We're in the
right.
beginning stages of this.
Well, and they haven't. I mean, they're talking about all these things. They want to bring them all in, but they haven't looked at them. Seriously?
No, they don't
They
care.
don't
They
care.
shut
They don't care.
You know why? Because
It's money and
money.
it's money and control.
control, and it's exactly.
And this is all tied
Yeah.
to the Great Reset and UN Agenda 2030, 21.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Development.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Exactly.
so this is what's coming up. But that is a very powerful tower. We're going to go over to it. I suggest you stay clear of it.
Good. I'm glad you pointed it out.
You don't want to be within 500 meters of it.
Okay, good.
Because
Even
it's,
driving by it.
I took readings when I drove by. The meter was maxed out
Oh, wow.
at that intersection over there.
Okay.
So, and those there's some antennas extremely low there, and the lower the antennas, the more you're going to get whacked by it.
See, there's people that live in there.
Yeah, so we're going to walk over there now and do some readings.
That live in there, so-
Do you have time to come over?
No, I'm over when
Nice meeting you, eh?
Yeah, nice meeting you, and good luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Listen, I know all about it.
Good for you. Yeah,
And you
just
know what? And I think a lot of my friends and my age group, like we say, the world's gone to hell in a handbasket. And there's not a lot we can do about it. It's up to the younger generation.
yeah.
And they're also brainwashed.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, and there's a lot of fear too, and denial, and then there's people that don't want to rock the boat,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So you get all that, but we need independent-minded people who are willing
just stop that.
to expose,
Restless and feathers. Yeah.
and we're not against technology, but
I know exactly, but they need to check it out and check all avenues of it, not just like
yeah, but we're putting public health, public privacy first, jobs as well. And we think 5G could be great in isolation, and at least until it's fully tested,
Yes, that's right.
because it can be amazing technology. But to just wantonly impose it on the public like that it shows that there's something wrong.
Well, it makes you think there's something behind it.
It's bad incentives.
There's more, and not only that, there's more money. And
Oh, there's tons of money.
Yeah. That's exactly.
It's fueling their huge agenda going forward.
Exactly.
And without that, there's no agenda for them to go forward.
Yeah.
So this is their next little, they call it the next great industrial revolution. Like, it's just all rhetoric, right? But if you look at the telecommunication industry and,
Now, are you both from Calgary?
Yes.
You're both you're born and brought up here?
I've lived here for a few years. So
Where were you from?
Originally from BC, but I've lived in Calgary for years. Yeah.
See, because I was born in Quebec.
Oh,
Brought up
Quebec.
in Quebec, but trust me, I got out of the
Oh, it's hell down there.
hell.
Yeah.
It's absolute hell.
Yes.
Always has been.
And look at that new government they have there too. They claim to be like a national government.
Well, I
Oh
can't
yeah,
understand.
curfew after.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, I don't understand how Canada could have allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
It's shocking, isn't
They
it?
could have allowed it to happen.
Well, it just shows.
They have so much control over the rest of Canada.
Well, it's
And
all.
they do nothing for us.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a steady year of
Well,
propaganda and everything else.
I don't think that's entirely fair. They have the second highest GDP of any province, but they have the second highest population.
Trust me, they get way more money.
They do,
than
of course they
anybody
do. Of course they do.
else.
There's
Like I have an uncle who lives there.
Yeah.
And like he says,
Yeah.
honestly, he says you look around. Most of the people, they collect.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
because people don't want to work, or they work for so many months and they have these deals. Oh, it's the worst profits for that.
and plus there's corruption. So
Corruption. Oh,
because I met
Don't get
common.
her started on the
I-
the
corruption.
corruption.
I met people there working. There's corruption all at the top.
Everybody.
So if you're a person down below, the only way you can get ahead is,
is if you join that circle.
well, not really join it, but try and look after yourself, right? So
As far as joining, I think George Carlin said it best. It's a big club, and you're not in it.
yeah,
And if you're
you'll
not
never be in
And
it.
if you're not in it, you're not going to
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice meeting you. Have a good day.
Let's just go up this hill. We can get up it.
They're definitely monstrosities at this angle, even from this far. There's no hill here though. We go for a hike.
It'll give us a good view of the area.
Oh, I'm gonna take pictures from them.
Yeah. See the meter?
15. So what does it say when it's maxed out?
It's completely maxed out.
It's maxed out from here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's over 31 volts per meter right here.
Is that a playground over there? Are you kidding me? There's a little playground.
Where?
There's a darn playground right down there, past this fenced area, directly below the towers. I never noticed that. I never knew there was a playground there. That's really upsetting. Really upsetting.
Let's keep moving quick. I want to get closer to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a good place here. Let's keep an eye on vegetation as well. What kind of impact? But we're just going to walk a bit closer to the tower. Well, at least that lady was aware of it.
Oh yeah, she was informed, sounds like, a little bit. Awesome. Yeah, people are woke, you know. People are. How can you not wake up to all of this? It's just everywhere. No secret. Yeah, Agenda 21 was literally written up. You can go read it.
So what's this? Is this a community
This is
housing?
a
Or?
whole home. It's like a center for kids.
Okay.
So they have different programs and
Okay.
so
Let's
for
just.
kids in transition.
I'm just going to get a view of this tower here.
Are you recording or going live right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I asked that lady if it was okay.
Yeah.
Imagine living in that house right there with that thing.
Yeah, no.
That's insane.
And the reading was really
High up on that
high
hill.
up on that side.
Yeah.
I feel
We're over 31 volts per meter peak signal. So there's a lot of kids around here.
well, yeah, there's
Yeah.
kids that live here.
And this
So-
isn't even considering 5G yet?
Yeah, well, they looks like they're ready to roll out any second there.
Look at that. It's high. It's
So
really
anything
high.
Closer. I mean, there's a.
I'm just
there's a
going to zoom out.
playground. There's a
So let's just keep
playground.
moving a little closer so we can document this. Oh, thanks for alerting us to this, Lee.
Yeah, well, every time I drive by, like I said, it's upsetting and it's an eyesore. And when they first put them up, I was just astonished. But I don't want to get to the point where I start accepting it, you know, and being complacent with it. So this is a healthy reminder that it's an absolute threat, and you got to do what you can to protect yourself, your home. In the meantime,
Yeah, the pulsations. And this is blanketed RF radiation. Remember that. It's blanketed, right? It's not just like coming out of the Wi-Fi. So let's keep moving.
yeah, I feel some sort of physical effect right now.
Oh, I've got a headache.
Yeah, yeah,
I noticed it right at the intersection when I was turning
yeah. Right
in
when
here.
we turned in here.
Oh, over here too off. It's Anderson Road over there.
So you went on the other side then, basically.
Yeah, I came up from Deerfoot along Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So at least we're documenting this.
Yeah. It's a treatment program.
For what?
Pre-adolescent treatment program.
Okay. Oh, they got a recreational
no,
center.
There's the playground.
Yeah. What I find particularly concerning is the low level of those antennas as well.
Yeah.
You see them?
Oh yeah.
It's sad, man. And it just shows the corruption of the regulations and what's going on. Like, this should not be allowed.
Do you know the difference between these two towers? I mean, one obviously has more small cells attached. Which ones are 5G, the bigger ones?
Yeah, I'm actually not. I want to take a closer look.
They all look the same size too.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it's looking like a 4G tower. I'm not seeing 5G up there. And that just shows how powerful.
Yeah.
right? I wouldn't imagine living here.
See, my daughter loves those things right there, but I wouldn't bring them here.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm gonna get a picture of the playground and the bathroom. On the left.
Wow. Look, you see that?
Oh wow.
Yeah. You see that? Look at that. It's really high.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of a chest pain.
Do you?
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah. I've got a bit of a headache. It just the pressure. I'm feeling. Yeah, I know what you're saying in your chest.
Yeah,
Tightness, eh?
Yeah, tightness, pressure in the chest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna come back here and put those, tape up those flyers.
Oh, great stuff. I can give you some more.
Yeah. Well, just especially around the playground.
Yeah. No.
In this whole vicinity.
Yeah, it's just outrageous what they're doing.
Yeah. And they can at least let the science.
Well, they don't wanna, because it's telecommunication lobby is so powerful.
Oh yeah, they rewrote those.
And remember, it's a political stage. It's just a stage up there, right? Stage of puppets.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So as we get a bit closer here, it's going to drop because we're going to be under the
Underneath, yeah. But if you,
underneath the antennas.
yeah, but if you point it upward, it'll.
Yeah, if we were higher, but where the playground was, it was really bad. It's still high. It shows how powerful the antenna is. Look, we're under the antennas and we're still getting high readings. Say 12.
Yep.
It's hard. I'd have to go a lot higher. Just the higher I get, the higher this is going to go,
Yeah.
right? It's still pretty high.
So it's almost safer to be close and under.
Yes, it
underneath,
is, because
right?
we're under the antenna.
Yeah.
So I'm counting 12, at least 28 antennas on this one. And this one up here, you see those, they're dual antennas on it?
Yes. Yeah, right.
And those micro dishes are also antennas up there.
Yep.
They can receive, they can go incoming, outcoming.
Oh, you can see the small cells on this one now, close up.
Yeah, we'll have to go closer to see. Look here. It's because that lower antenna is so low to the ground that even over here it's maxed out. You see that?
Yeah.
Because that's what, like, that might be what, 40 feet? Maybe 40 feet up? So look,
But yeah, that's pretty
maybe 45 feet. It's pretty close. We're really close to the antenna. You see that?
Yeah.
So this whole area is getting whacked where we were. And that's where we came from. And we got this tower here. They're going to be adding more to this tower.
Yeah, it looks like it, eh? It looks like it's set up to be...
There's lots of room to add more to that. And this one, so this is another site. We're in deep southwest Calgary. This is woodland area, isn't it? Woodland?
Yes,
woodland area. And so I guess within around 600-meter radius, people are in serious harm's way. There's playgrounds. There's a lot of children here. It's indicative of the, I would argue, the completely criminally negligent regulations, right?
So criminal.
Safety Code 6 hasn't been updated since 1978, and this is what you get. And we're only talking 4G today. And remember that the health effects are cumulative over time. And under 5G, those cumulative effects are going to be reduced. So we don't know. There has to be more scientific research on the cumulative long-term impacts. But we assume intuitively that the time frame for health effects is going to be reduced, without even talking about the privacy or the privacy and the job loss because of this. So keep aware of your community. Do you have any closing statement here?
Well, this is Hull Home Services here. So a lot of kids around here, you know, they live here. There's a trampoline directly below the towers. They're jumping on the trampoline. There's a playground over here, and it's just atrocious. There's no warning. There's no knowledge. You'll ask someone on the street, do you know what these are? Nothing. There's no awareness surrounding it, except for people like you and NCA. Like this has to be shared.
Yeah, so
information.
We'll put up some flyers before we
Yes.
leave. I just want to look at those signs quickly. Let's
Yeah.
just see what those signs are saying over there. It's bad here. I can feel it.
Oh, it's definitely.
I've got
I feel it too.
pretty much of a headache from
Well,
this.
that's proof. It's just the feeling you get from being.
Well,
around
I
these
feel
things.
like my body's fighting something
Yeah.
from the outside coming
Yeah,
at me.
it's like direct assault. It feels like. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone. We look forward to reading the comments.
Yeah.
Please share this as NCA's still continues to be under ghost shadow ban, unfortunately.
And Google isn't the best place now to do research. So, like for the other alternatives, DuckDuckGo,
yeah,
you know, do your research on 5G and share the information that you accumulate. It's very important.